Who
We're
are
here.
we? What are we doing? A warm welcome to you all. I'm Eric. I am eating some kind of diet.
I'm JJ and I also eat.
See, we've been going so long we don't remember how to...
No, I was ready to go, but then you jumped in.
We don't even know how to start this
No.
thing. Because it's been so long.
A warm welcome to you all, which you did.
Yep.
I'm JJ, I'm a life coach, and I do eat mostly meat.
I'm Eric. I am a novelist, and I have been eating mostly meat again.
Again.
I quit carnivore,
Yeah.
and we basically stopped the channel for a long time because I was doing poorly. Annette is here.
Oh, hey, Annette.
It's good to see your name.
It is. I think I just saw you referenced on like a Too Crazy Keto video, and I was like, Annette. Yes. Hello, Annette.
So,
We're not alone. Annette's here.
So anyway, I had quit carnivore and I went high carb for a while, low fat,
Yeah.
because I thought, well, let me give it a try and
But-
see if I feel better.
Are we diving into that right away?
Should we dive into something different?
No, that's fine. Sometimes you don't like to start with the topic because people aren't here yet.
Well, why don't we talk about why I did it?
Right. Exactly.
Why did
you
I had
do high
great
carb?
success on carnivore. We were carnivore for 3 years. You lost 35 pounds or something. I lost 35,
Yep.
36. I don't remember what it was
Right
now.
around, we were both there.
I was from a high of 206 down to 170, and it was easy to maintain. But I started having several issues. One was neuropathy in my feet, but I was also seeing my blood sugar climbing. Old story if you've been watching our channel for a while.
And you felt like your energy wasn't
My
great.
energy was terrible.
Yeah, your energy was not good.
And it was a thing that we were seeing a lot of people like Zane Griggs and Lisa Wiedemann and even Dr. What's-His-Face was...
Kiltz
was adding
Was
in some
adding in a
carbs.
few-
I don't know
yeah.
if he's still doing that or not because I'm not watching carnivore content much. And so then I got really into the bioenergetic stuff, the kind of the Petarian stuff, just out of interest. I did horribly on that method because I went straight into it. And so I was just having massive quantities of sugar through fruit juices and stuff. And I was having these sugar spikes and crashes that were giving me severe anxiety attacks. No bueno.
Yeah. Now for me, I waited in a little bit more. You started that process a few weeks before I did. I had just done Dr. Boz's program last fall.
Right.
Which was amazing. Loved it. And I got my labs done. I do my labs through my integrative doctor twice a year. Got my labs done, and my reverse T3 was very high. Thyroid stuff not looking great. And then also my lipids were not looking good. The quality of my lipids were trending poorly.
That assumes you think any of it matters at all.
Correct. So I was like, yeah, I'll jump on board with you. Give this a try. And I did not do as poorly as you as far as some of the issues you had were impacted your life more. But my mood tanked right away. My energy tanked. My skin broke out. The last videos of me, I have broken out skin, and I gained 15 pounds like that. Like that. It was just back. Cellulite back as well with that. So I did want to complete the experiment though. So I had another lab coming up in early February. So I kept eating carbs beyond what I wanted to just so I could have that clean set of labs to see what happened. And guess what? My numbers trended in the right direction on carbs, but I was already done with that game. So in February, I shifted things up quite a bit as well.
So you're saying you felt worse, but your labs got better by conventional measures.
Correct. I felt worse, and my weight went up and my skin was bad. So those aren't great signs. Although you can also just say, oh, I think people tend to blame themselves for that. So you could say, oh, I must have been doing something to cause the weight gain while I was eating carbs. But we were eating measured carbs too. I think that's really important to say too. Like, I wasn't eating bonbons. I was, right? I was eating fruit and roots. Like, I was having potatoes and some fruit. But yeah, it did not work for me.
I tracked every meal, every gram
Yeah.
that I ate. And I was really trying to find that point where I was able to retain some electrolytes and not have the twitching and neuropathy in my feet, have some energy but not have sugar crashes. And I did kind of dial in a kind of a thing that kind of was working, but I was having such severe anxiety, basically 24/7.
It was, yeah.
Panic attacks multiple times per
Just
day.
bam, 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 bam.
Lying on the floor, racing heart, feeling
Yeah.
like I was going to die. So that was not successful.
It was not successful.
It
No.
was absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Now, would I have had all of that anxiety had I just stayed carnivore and added just a little bit of carbs on the edge, maybe more ketovore?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think the physiological insulin resistance from being pure, carnivore for 3 years was telling that my body had kind of overcorrected. But I have since returned. I've had like a solid week of carnivore. My blood sugar was beautiful, like every morning, 82. And then at the end of the day, 90. And I was getting into ketosis a little bit. If I worked out, my ketones would be high. Workouts were terrible because I was not really keto adapted at all. But neuropathy returned to my feet like full force, like within days. And I have this thing that on carnivore there's something about the insulin response and the water loss that I think it's just potassium just does not stay. And I just happen to be really sensitive to it.
Well, you've said on this channel that when you just think keto, like you drop weight and like you respond quickly.
That's true. I mean, it's water weight, right?
Right.
I lost, I don't know, 5 pounds in a week, and I was up to 188 at my heaviest during this phase, so I was not happy with it. I was not feeling well, and I was trying to get back into doing some workouts, and I just had nothing. It was just really tough. So, my current strategy now is to try to be basically carnivore 6 days a week, maybe 5 days a week, and then have sort of a reasonable carb refeed once a week, and see how I do. I'm also supplementing with the Keto Chow daily minerals that taste like evil. It's as if someone who's a terrible person said, let's create a supplementary thing for people to ingest that makes them hate their lives.
Are you saying that about Dr. Berry?
Well, Keto Chow plus Dr. Berry, and he'll admit they taste horrible. I put them in orange juice, a very small amount to try to kill it, and that was worse than just shooting it in water.
Was it?
Way worse.
Oh.
Because there was something disconcerting about the sweet oranginess with the evil, hateful chemical of those minerals. We are not sponsored. Keto Chow, if you can tell. Hey, Bubba is welcoming us back. Deborah says welcome back.
Hello.
Darth Carnivore, Charlie, hey, it's good to see you.
Very good. Very good.
Thank you for
to
those
see
greetings.
all of you. Yeah. So I was doing the carb thing for about 10 weeks total. And I can't remember how many, I want to say I was having 150 carbs a day. Like I said, I was measuring. And then I stopped after that lab. But again, I wanted to see things trending in the right direction. So I was still eating a very small bit of fruit in the morning. So I was basically meat-based. That's what fruit and meat is, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I was basically fruit-based from February up until just a few weeks ago, at which point I did mostly drop the fruit. Now, I have had some wild berries. It's berry season here on our property, and so I've had some berries. Seasonal berries. I've also had some seasonal tomatoes. Yes, some tomatoes with a caprese type salad. So I'm pretty much ketovore, I would say right now. Very heavily meat based with a few additions. And much like you, we go out to breakfast once a week at a restaurant, and so I have been having potatoes instead of an omelet. I have a skillet, so I have potatoes that morning. And like you, I mean, the last few weeks especially, my blood sugar, since I've dropped the more tropical type fruits in the morning, it's great. I'm in the 70s or 80s generally, and I'm back. I'm feeling so much better. Wait, I'm a female, you may have noticed, and so I gained 15 pounds like that. I've lost 5 since February, so that's a slower process. But there's been a lot of body recomposition, which is just fascinating to me. And I did remind myself recently that when I first lost weight, I was only losing about, I think I said 2 pounds a month, like a half a pound a week. So I'm in that range. I'm still, I'd like to see the scale move down, but my clothes are fitting much better. I literally had to buy clothing.
The puffiness went pretty quick.
Yeah.
The carb puffiness is just crazy.
It's so crazy. Yeah. I mean, I could see my arms too. Things were just thicker. And so yeah, so I'm doing great. I feel really good, and I feel really good about what I'm eating right now. And I'm not doing major fasting. I've done a couple 40-hour fasts in June.
But
you
voluntarily ate some sardines out of nowhere.
Oh my goodness. Yes. So Dr. Boz is doing this thing right now for herself where she only eats sardines later in the day. If she's eating later, it's only sardines are open to her. So I decided I've got a couple days a week where I'm like, oh, I might be eating a little later in the day. I'm just going to have sardines on those 2 days a week. Now, in case you don't remember, or perhaps you're new, I hate fish. Lifelong aversion to fish. Do not like fish. Have done several sardine fasts, struggled through them, suffered through them, did them.
Mm-hmm.
But this last week, I cracked open a can of sardines and I was like, I'm not like ready to gag. And I put it in my bowl, and thanks to Anita, ketogenic woman, I know I put my oil in and some apple cider vinegar. That helps, period. I mix it up and I'm like, oh, this smells kind of good. I did not hate the sardines. Did I, on a scale of 1 to 10, did I like them? Where 10's like, oh, I love this, I could eat this all the time, and 1 is, I'd eat this if I have to, like the normal sardine thing I used to have. I'm probably at about a 5, where I was like, meh, this is fine. And so yeah, I've had sardines a couple times. Yeah. And again, great response the next morning with my blood sugar. So I feel like if I just keep an eye on that right now a little bit, then I kind of can inform the diet around that.
Speaking of blood sugar, there's another blood thing, pressure.
Oh, yes.
And when I was pre-carnivore, my blood pressure was always kind of a little bit above the 120 over 80. And I know Dr. Berry says it's not really a concern, but I get worried because that's who I am.
Yes.
And I was having a lot of headaches as soon as I went onto this carnivore restart, and I've had the neuropathy, and so I'm like, let me just check my blood pressure, because I was having things where I'd stand up and I'd get like thwomp, 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 and I'm like, that can't be good at all. And of course, my blood pressure was really weird. It was kind of high. The diastolic, the bottom number was high, which I never see before. I mean, high. It was 85, 90 or something like that. But I was like, this is weird. This is unusual. And so I did a little research, and it was like, yeah, you can have this kind of paradoxical thing if your electrolytes are too low. So I really focused on, I tried to drink a lot of salty or element, and that just caused involuntary cleansing, as we say on this show. So that wasn't really working. Plus, those aren't quite as high in potassium, maybe, as they are in sodium. So that's why I turned to the Dr. Berry Evil Juice. And then there was some other potassium things she had. You got to be careful with potassium, because if your kidneys aren't any good, mine are great, but if they're not that great, you can end up with hypokalemia or something like that, which is very dangerous, not good. So I'm nervous about supplementing the thing I need, because I worry about my health way more than I should, and therefore I can't really make any move without thinking that it's wrong.
Yeah.
But I did a day of this morning. I sat down, immediately put the cuff on, didn't even wait.
No, because usually you're like, wait 5
I
minutes.
have to sit there, let the heart rate come down. I didn't even wait. It was like 111/72. I tested it again. I tested it again. It was just beautiful blood pressure. But in order for me to get that, no matter how many supplemental electrolytes I take, I have to have an insulin response to something in order for it to actually get sucked up into the tissue where it belongs. And that means I have to have some carbs on board. So I cannot do zero carb. Even on my carnivore days, I've got to try to find some little bit of pulse, because as I've talked about many, many times on this show, the amino acids don't seem to really provoke much in my physiology. But it's been fascinating to learn, because I was getting concerned. I'm like, oh man, there's something really wrong here. Well, there was, but it was a nutrient-based problem.
Yeah.
So I gave up coffee 27 days ago.
Oh my gosh. I am happy to say he's done this before. And I'm happy to say he gave it up while I was out of town. Although you didn't sound like it was quite as bad. There have been some bad coffee gives ups in the past. Yeah.
The issue was that there was no amount of coffee and no amount of L-theanine I could take with it that did not make me vibrate with anxiety immediately. And the coffee was not bringing me from my tired brain fog state into some sort of normal thing. It was just bringing me jitters. And one day, I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, "Self, you know what you need to do." And I said, "La, la, 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 I can't hear me." And then I got my coffee bag and I took it to the dumpster and I threw it in.
Ooh, I didn't even know you did that because I wasn't here.
I could not give myself a single option. And it's made a huge difference in my level of misery. Is higher in some ways because I don't have that morning ritual, but way less because I'm not starting my day with just like a cup of anxiety.
And you had tried doing it after breakfast for a while too, didn't you?
Yeah, I tried to do it with breakfast,
Or
after
with-
breakfast,
yeah.
waiting, smaller amounts, decaf. It's not even worth having. I might as well just not have it. So yeah, I've been caffeine free
Yeah.
for a long time, and but I was having it was so bad that I could barely go for walks without having some sort of anxiety issue. So there was no question of doing my resistance training. Almost any exertion, even working in the yard, was really, really difficult because it would provoke racing heart. But plus I also ended up having an endoscopy.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is actually I find fascinating. Yeah. Now you had it for what reason?
I was having this weird pain hitch in my solar plexus, which I assumed was anxiety, to where if I could not take a full inhalation without it triggering a heart palpitations or other issues. And I was like, maybe it's a hiatal hernia, I don't know what it is. And so my doctor said, well, go get a endoscopy.
Well, you pretty much said, give me an endoscopy.
And so
Yeah.
and so they put the camera down there and he was like, you've got like a yeast infection in your esophagus.
Yeah. Candida.
So I took Diflucan for a couple of weeks,
Yeah.
which itself was kind of a brutal thing to endure. But it worked. It made a huge difference. So that was because I was like, I don't know what's wrong. So, yeah. Sourpuss Candy says, take your weird symptoms and search what you were deficient in. Oh. I never thought of that. All this time wasted.
Oh, he's a massive researcher. Yeah. Yep.
So, I'm on the up, though. I've been doing. I've mentioned I was doing somatic experiencing, so I've done many of those sessions, which has been interesting. I don't know if it's contributed to my improvements or not, but I haven't had a panic attack in many weeks. Mm-hmm. My overall daily anxiety is way down to a more manageable life. I've been able to get back into doing my resistance training. I would be doing walks except for heat domes and Canada assaulting us with their smoke. Sorry, Canadians, we love you as people. We don't like your forest fires. Not going out in the heat. I have very low heat tolerance. I should be using the sauna, but I couldn't use the sauna because anything that provoked any heart rate increase created anxiety attacks. So I am easing back into exercise, and my sleep is getting much better. Yeah. I'm taking a daily nap at a scheduled time just to add up a little bit of surplus. And that's been nice. Been back into working on my novel, which is an impossible task, but I'm chipping away at it. So that's been going well.
Yeah.
And I learned a great new breathing exercise that is extremely helpful for getting back into parasympathetic mode, and also helps me get to sleep at night. And sometimes back to sleep, sometimes. And I learned this from a guy on X who's like a champion breath holder, freediver, Erwin LaCour. And the way that it works is you take a normal breath in and you hold it you take a guess, maybe a count of 10 seconds, and then you exhale regularly, and then you take another inhale and you hold it for 10 seconds. And then you exhale regularly, and then you inhale regularly and hold it for 10 seconds. And then you can do 12 seconds or 15 seconds or 20, whatever it is that allows you to maintain that cadence. And so if you feel like you're a little too short of breath, you shorten it and find that sweet spot. For me, some days it's 12 seconds, other days it's 15, sometimes up to 17. And I can just do that for 10 minutes, and it just extremely chills me out. You can also do the inverse, where you do the hold on the exhale, and sometimes I switch it up, so I'll do 10 one way and then 10 the other way and 10 the other way. And what I find is that tightness in the diaphragm that I've lived with basically my entire life really relaxes, and then I can have many minutes of just easy breathing after I stop doing it. It's a really great. I'd never run into this particular one in any of the breathing tips and hacks for anxiety before, so I want to credit Erwin LaCour for that, because it's awesome.
Excellent. Yeah.
So how are you guys doing in the smoke? If you are exposed to it, or the heat dome, also known as the heat dome, because it's horrible. We have landscaping going on out here, and these poor men have been out here working in the humidity and the 105 degree heat index, whatever it is, and putting in full days in that. I don't know how they do it. They drink a crap ton of water.
They do. They've got one of those big orange, like you see at athletic events things. Yeah. Yeah. It's been a wild year for us as far as weather here in southeastern Wisconsin. Between Milwaukee and Chicago, we've had so much wind, like rapidly shifting fronts all through the spring into the summer. It's been interesting.
We had a crazy windstorm that she went out in immediately.
I did. yeah, I've been joking we're like the new tornado alley here because we've had so many tornado warnings and stuff. But I was working and I was going to reward myself by going over to the mini mart and getting some cashews. And I was like, okay, I need to finish this section. And all of a sudden the sky started getting a little dark. And we knew that there was going to be rain that day, but so I pick up my phone and I look at the weather and I'm like, oh, I see the front, but I've got plenty of time because the mini mart's like 6 minutes away. I'm like, oh, no problem. I'm going to go now. So I head out and I get to the mini mart and the tornado alarm goes off right when I'm in it. And I'm like, this is not a good place to be. All right, I'm 6 minutes home. So I get in the car and I'm going as fast as I can in the blinding rain, dodging trees in the road. I feel like the Wicked Witch, when she's in Kansas before she's the Wicked Witch and she's on the bicycle going through the storm. That's what I felt like, except in the car. And you'd open the garage for me so I could just shoot right in and come downstairs because the family was waiting for me in the basement.
It was the craziest thing.
Yeah.
I went out onto the deck and I was like, let me watch the front come in. And then I was out there, I'm like, something doesn't feel right about this. I go inside, immediately my phone blows up with the weather alert. So I head down into the basement and my daughter appears and she's like, where's the dog? I'm like, oh, he's upstairs. So she goes and fetches him. So I'm like, I'm not going to go back up there to fetch the dog.
Yeah, when I got home, my phone was blowing up with take immediate cover.
Well, and I want you to understand something. I love this dog. But as soon as I came downstairs and looked out the door, a ginormous branch broke off of one of the big oak trees and fell on top one of the excavators that the landscapers were using. They weren't there that day. And the lake, which is very small, was whitecaps, and the trees were bent over. And I'm like, this is a tornado. It wasn't. No. But I was like, I can't risk my neck going up there. And so I'm on here going, where is my wife? And I'm looking up the Tesla app because it can show you the location if you press the right button. And she was on the way, and I'm like, this is bad.
This is bad.
And I'm like, oh, I don't know if we're ever going to see her again.
I've never been in weather like that. But it turns out it was really bad. People died in this storm.
Yeah.
And the meteorologist said that they were studying it because they didn't feel like they gave enough warning.
The warning went off on my phone and the wind hit instantly.
Yeah.
It wasn't like you had any time.
No, there was no time. And
so many trees and branches, I've been cleaning those up gradually.
They said it wasn't like a tornado is a vertical event, so it picks things up, right? This was like a horizontal wind thing.
Rolling thing.
That kind of steamrolled through. So yeah, our two small towns we live near really got walloped pretty well. Again, not houses picked up or anything, so that was good, but there were a lot of issues. So that was wild. That was wild too. Yeah, that was just a few weeks ago. Yeah, July 3rd. That was on July 3rd when that hit. So yeah, people were out having fun with their families. Yeah. It was not good.
Darth Carnivore ran a 5K with the Run Club in 90 plus degree Indiana heat and humidity. There was 77.
Wow.
Yep. That's telling me what I need to hear.
Yep.
Use it or lose it. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I've lost a lot of it because I couldn't use it because my body was fighting me. But I'm fighting back. I'm coming back.
Yeah.
I am an optimist. And I am coming back strong.
Thank goodness. And I think, I wonder about the candida too, how much that's I believe he's had it for a while. Once we learned what was going on, I was like, ooh. So I think that's probably pretty good too, to have that out of you.
Yep.
Out of the system.
Well, what happened was I probably had some latent amount of it, and then I went that sugary high carb, all the fruit juice and stuff, and just fed it everything it loved.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I actually think he's probably had it for maybe up to a decade. So before carnivore, and it resolved on carnivore because
I wasn't feeding it.
It wasn't being fed, and then.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to figure it out. I need the right, perfect combo of basically carnivore with some carbs, which isn't carnivore. But you know what I mean. Carnivore inspired.
We are eating mostly meat.
I eat a lot of steaks from Aldi. I like the sirloins because I don't do as well on higher fat carnivore, so it's kind of a moderate fat carnivore,
Yeah.
high protein.
I've not done any labs recently, and I'm testing my glucose a few times a week, but I'm kind of just feeling kind of tested out. I'm not real eager to jump into more tests. Yeah, meat-based, correct. Yeah. Oh, which reminds me, I was going into Aldi the other day, and
I was going to say.
I was wearing my meat-based T-shirt, and a guy actually said, "I like your shirt." That I'd never heard that before.
So our daughter, who we've never named because we're not going to dox her, is 22, and she graduated from college this spring.
Yeah.
So that phase of life, which feels like it just started last week, is already over.
Yeah.
And so she's back with us for the time being, as she's trying to sort out what she's going to do next. But it's been nice to have her around.
Mm-hmm.
And but that was a big deal.
It was a big deal. Yeah. It really was. Yeah, we were up to her school for the weekend for all the events that were there. So it was good. Yeah, and she's matured so much in the 4 years, which was...
Would you say she's considering carnivore?
No. I would say she is not considering carnivore. She is definitely not.
My guess is that not only because of hating steak, I don't even know if she's even bitten steak, but because we were into it, she wouldn't want to do it.
No, definitely not.
Talk to us about this milestone.
Ah, yes. I saw something about a streak on the comments, too. Someone was talking about, I still ate, my daily steak. I saw a streak. No, I'm not talking about the daily steak, although most days I have a steak, or half a steak. I have a streak, and, geez, I've got all the alerts coming up. It's right here by my thumb. 325 days of meditation is my streak. Yes. So last August, I woke up one morning, and as I mentioned, I am a life coach. I've even done a couple special episodes on what I do. And we have the Wheel of Fear, the Wheel of Freedom. I'm not going to go deep into this, but basically humans have this protective system. It's how we've survived. It's our amygdala and other primitive portions of our brain that keep us on high alert so that we can survive. And the thing that happens is that it goes on alert for emotional fears too, and our world can get very small if we're too worried about being rejected or failing or those types of things. So that's the Wheel of Fear. Then there's the Wheel of Freedom, which is who you are when you're not in fear. And I like to kind of think of it as almost our life purpose. Like, we're here to experience this amazing vibe and just, be authentic, be who we are, amazing vibe, etc. So that morning in August, I woke up and I'd been doing a lot of work on the wheels and for my work, and I went, it was like Neo. He's like, I know Kung Fu. What's he say?
Yeah.
Is that? I was like, I now meditate. I woke up going, I meditate now. And I've played with it for ages here and there. I've done a little bit here and there. But I was like, if I am going to bring my best me to every day, to live in that great vibration, to have that good energy, good mood, this is how I'm choosing to set myself up for that. So I have been meditating for 325 days now. And it's usually in the morning. I'll even wake up early if we have something to do. I'll wake up a little earlier to meditate. And it's usually my sweet spot's about 25 minutes in the morning. And sometimes it's a little less. Sometimes we have a graduation or something and, I'm doing it before bed, or just I'm going to do a 15-minute quickie. But yeah, it's been really good, and I really feel like it's contributed to my well-being too, even through the carb days.
You were also very consistent with sauna, and you were cold plunging too.
Yeah, I really try to do that 2 to 3 times a week under normal circumstances, being that right now with the landscape project, it's not really conducive to doing the sauna in the morning. And then I need to do my stuff in the morning or it's not going to happen.
And the reason is because there's a window right there where the guys could look right in the window and right inside the sauna. So, yeah, not optimal.
I'm trying to do it once a week.
But you could just go outside.
Yeah, well, I do somewhat.
I told her I could get my tractor out and face it into the sun. She'd get in the cab of the tractor, just leave it off, and that would be a sauna. You'd sweat immediately in there.
Yeah, but that is also one of my practices that I will pick up here probably in about a week or so when they're done.
I'm thinking of giving it a try, but I got to ease into things. And I know that I've talked about it on this before, about taking small steps. That's because I don't do that naturally.
No.
I try to do the one step and get to the result in one step and end up failing. So got to ease my way into those exposures. I have no intention to do cold plunges at any time.
No.
Dr. William Davis scared me out of it. He said, you'll have a heart attack. Don't do it. He didn't say that specifically to me. He said that generally. I haven't talked to him.
Yeah. So yeah, I like those two. For me, have been really.
Do you want to
nice.
read Darth Carnivore's prayer here?
Let's see. Give us this day our daily steak, and forgive our cheat meals, as we forgive those who tempt us with donuts. Lead us not into the bakery, but deliver us from seed oils. Amen. Oh, I love it. Beautiful, beautiful. Maybe I'll add that to my.
You
morning.
would sell that shirt at Meat Stock.
Oh my gosh.
Which we did not go to.
No, we did not.
Because I was eating carbs by the handful at the time.
Yes, yeah.
Plus, I couldn't have traveled anywhere at the time.
It was very weird for me though to actually. During the experiment, I needed to step away from this community so that I could do it. But I did feel adrift.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was not something I totally expected, because I have other communities, like my theater community. I'm wearing my theater shirt today. But yeah, so it was a little odd.
There's no easy answers to chronic issues sometimes. You just got to keep experimenting and keep trying and doing different things, which is what this channel has kind of been about.
We have Darth says, I know some folks who went to Meat Stock and heard they ran out of meat again. I had not heard that piece. I do know that the Ashley and Rhett were cooking this year, but
I'll just not say anything.
don't say anything.
Except for that I'm not surprised.
We are being asked, what are you eating now? So what does your normal day look like?
So I get up around 5:30, 6:30 if I'm lucky, and sleep a little bit longer.
You don't have coffee.
I do not have coffee. I've been experimenting with different warm drinks. I did try to have the tea once in the morning. I did not like that. There's this is not carnivore. I'm just trying one of those mushroom blends with cocoa. So it's kind of a chocolate. It's got maybe 1 or 2 grams of carbs in it total from some monk fruit. Obviously not carnivore, any of it. Just to have something warm and tasty in the morning. I don't know. It kind of seemed like it perked me up a little bit, but also kind of gave me a headache. There goes our daughter, and here comes our dog. But then around 7:30, I have my breakfast, which is an Aldi sirloin, which is, I don't know, about 10 ounces, air fried for 8 minutes, with 3 egg yolks, sometimes with kimchi. Although recently I got rid of that because I was trying to just reestablish some days of actual real carnivore where I didn't have the chocolate. And then at lunch I might have a carnivore bar or a hot dog with no bun, obviously, some mustard. And then for dinner I might have the same thing I have for breakfast, the sirloin and the egg yolks.
You should,
just because I'm really fast at it. It's like I don't even have to think about cooking that meal. And that would be what I would eat. And then on the Thursday breakfast where we go, they have the potatoes that are fried in tallow. So
Nice.
I'll have those with some sort of a scrambler, eggs with some meat and some cheese in it. And then every night at around 7ish, I have some ginger turmeric tea.
Yep. For me, I shake things up a little more than he does. So for breakfast, I will usually have eggs of some sort. So I'll make a scramble or I'll make an omelet, and that'll often have chicken in it. And sometimes I will have some salsa with the omelet. Like I'll make a, sort of a more Mexican inspired omelet with some salsa and some sour cream. Or sometimes I'll do more of Italian omelet where I'll put a little tomato sauce on with some mozzarella and the chicken inside. So very often it's some sort of an egg type of meal. And then, I know what I've got to tell. I'll tell you this in a second. And then for dinner, I usually have I've been doing yogurt, and that's where I'll put
SIBO yogurt.
The SIBO yogurt with some berries in it. And again, these are the wild berries off our property, and it's just a few. And then for dinner, I'll usually have about half a pound of steak. Usually I like strip steak with some sauerkraut. And that's usually my dinner. And then, like I said, I usually have a skillet on our breakfast days. And sometimes when I have lunch with my friend, I'll have a salad. So otherwise it's, meat with maybe a little condiment on it, meat and eggs. But what I am eating, and this is again something kind of like the sardines, well, not as much as the sardines, because sardines are that's a big hurdle. This was a much smaller one. The other thing I'm eating almost daily is some keto brick. They're more carnivore-based keto brick. So it does have flavoring, chocolate, cocoa in it, or there's a white one too. I don't remember what that flavoring is. So it's not totally carnivore, but it's made with tallow. And I love it. Now, I bought a bunch of bricks because I'd hear influencers talking about it, and every time I bought a new flavor, I was like, it's fine. Well, no, I love it now. So I melt it down into little pucks. So I'll have a puck or two a day also with my meals. And I almost wonder if those have some organ meat blend in them. The carnivore ones do. And so I almost wonder if it's an organ thing where all of a sudden I'm wanting that. Because that weird, it's got a bit of a weird, bitter, salty-ish taste. And that's what I like about it, which is odd. Very odd. So yeah, so I also have that most days.
Annette says, I stepped away from the community too. I just couldn't listen to all the voices saying, do this, do that. It was just too much.
Yeah.
I get that. Having been a YouTube creator where you want weekly content, you have to have weekly content. So if suddenly you're trying to come up with something to say, and it's freeing to not be on that cadence right now. Mm-hmm. So we don't have to tell you, do this, do that. We're just saying, here's what we're doing, and is it working or is it not?
Yeah.
Watts says, love how simple carnivore is, daily meat and eggs, and no craving for anything else. This is true.
Yes, you go first. Or was that it?
It only took me 2 days of really getting back into carnivore I was like, I'm fine. I don't need anything other than this, except having these weird neurological issues. But as soon as I have my carb day yesterday, it's like, ooh, I want carbs today too. And maybe I want carbs tomorrow.
See, for me, I don't mind. The potatoes don't seem to trigger. In a skillet, it's really savory. It doesn't really trigger anything for me. Like potato chips would. If I had potato chips,
yeah,
that would definitely, yeah, that would not be a good food for me. But I'm fine with the skillet, and it doesn't make me want more. But I think I shared with you the fruit I was eating, and it was like 10 grapes in the morning, so not a lot. But I loved them dipped in salt, and so I was doing that from February up until the end of June. But once I gave those 10 grapes up, dipped in salt, I wasn't as hungry all day. It was incredible. Like, it's mind-blowing to me that 10 grapes can cause me to have this hunger signal throughout the entire day that is not totally satisfied.
They were a sugar spiker for you.
They
Weren't
were?
Yeah, weren't they? I thought that's what you told me.
No, I had it fairly dialed in.
The number of grapes you could
Yeah.
were allowed to eat.
Because I wanted some insulin. I was trying to get a daily insulin pulse. So instead of a daily insulin pulse, I feel like we're getting a weekly insulin pulse now.
She would dab up salt on her grape.
So good.
I tried it. It was like, ugh.
I can't. It was weird. I don't even know why I tried it, but I really, really liked those salted grapes. But they actually, whatever hormone or whatever, they were triggering something. Yeah. So.
Dara says, why is there no such thing as steak fasting? It's called lion, right? Of course, you can eat any animal on lion diet, I suppose.
Ruminant, I think. Do you have
What
to
a-
eat a ruminant on?
I don't know. Do lions eat fish? Are there any fish where lions live?
Well, no, but like if you're doing lion diet, I don't know if you're doing chicken and pork.
I guess I don't know the rules.
I'm not sure either.
But I bet a lion would eat a chicken.
A lion definitely would eat a chicken.
Had meatloaf and sauerkraut for dinner. So good. Movement is good the next day. Went a long time without fermented and missed it.
Yeah.
The ferments seem to be pretty important.
Yeah.
The kimchi might be a problem just because of something
Else.
about the spice. So that's what the experiment that I've done. I've eliminated it. Now I'm going to have it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see what happens. Annette loves the tallow keto bricks.
Right? I bought a
Oh.
whole stash.
But Charlie can't moderate the keto bricks.
Yeah. Yep. That's really something that sticks with me is how, I think I mostly heard that from Dr. Lisa, was the sober behavior. You know, so yeah, if I had to get rid of the I've talked about my issues with eating any type of a nut, and so yeah, I had to make sure our macadamia nuts were out.
And when you get them from Quick Trip, they have to be a small serving
Yes,
because
yes.
there's no stopping eating.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with taking a YouTube sabbaticals. Yeah, that's hopefully true because that's what we've done for a long time. Nothing wrong with eating carbs or other things if you feel and look the way you want. Just stick with carnivore because
I just stick with carnivore.
I have no other. Yeah.
Yeah.
The craving control on carnivore makes it. This is why keto was so hard to sustain for me because it allowed me carbs, and then the sweet potato would become, which was one of my weaknesses, would become 50 grams of sweet potato would become 100 grams of sweet potato, become a half a sweet potato, become a whole sweet potato, which become a sweet potato with every meal, covered with butter and cinnamon.
Yeah.
And when I was starting to back down off of the high carb thing, I was having sweet potato with my steak and kimchi and eggs every morning. And she would be in the other room and she would be laughing because I'd be like, oh, this is so good. And I would be, because it was so delicious, unbelievably delicious. But for whatever reason, that was not the right method for me because I made no progress
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, but I love, keto is hard for most. So easy to slip. Carnivore is key in the diet world, in my opinion. Yeah.
It's king.
It's king. King.
Yeah, I wish that I could be successful on the neurological side with it long term because I would still be doing it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's, I love what you're saying because we're the same. Whatever is working for you,
Do it.
do it.
If peating works for you and you feel good and everything's great, by all means do it. If being vegan does it, by all means. I'm the last person to try to talk you out of it if it's working. But if you're vegan and you feel terrible, maybe rethink it.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, carnivore did work for me.
Yes.
It worked extraordinarily well for me until all of a sudden things started going awry.
Yeah.
That was the real switch. And Dr. Sivas has talked about this. Everybody pillories his theory, but I think he's right.
You know, yeah, I have listened to him a little more recently because, and I mean, he was always on the edges of my feed. Yet he did an interview last month with Dr. Boz. It was two different, they broke it up into two. And yeah, where I am right now in my journey, I was going, oh yeah, Dr. Sivas, I'm hearing you now.
Well, I think he sees so many patients and has this clinical background, so he sees some of these weird things emerge on long-term carnivores. And he's like, well, what do I do?
Yeah.
How do I manage this? And so he's got some experience with it.
It is a challenge, though, I think, for these doctors. I really love them all for different reasons. Like, I think they're great. And they have to keep a message that is simple for the masses, most of them. So when you start to get into the gray area, more like Dr. Hampton is a little more in the gray area, and Dr. Sivas gets a little more into the gray area, that's not as easy of a message for the masses. And I know, like, Dr. Boz is speaking to the 60s, people in their 50s, 60s, and 70s who are insulin resistant, so her message is very aimed at those. And then there's a part of the population that doesn't work for.
Right.
Yeah.
Or
it works for a while.
We are not dogmatic.
No.
I guess that's the long way to say a very short thing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. It's. I feel like we haven't lost a step. And it's great to see so many familiar names popping back up here and joining us.
We were really looking at cricket. We thought we'd have crickets.
And we didn't want to put up any notice because we weren't sure what we were going to say or whether we were going to be able to say it.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this on replay, please leave a comment.
Yeah.
If you haven't liked this, I don't know if it matters or not. Go ahead. You can even give it a thumbs down. Maybe the algorithm would like it better if you did.
Yeah.
If you're not subscribed, you should maybe subscribe because we might be back next week.
You never know when we'll pop up, so you might want to know.
We're not really sure exactly what we want to do with this yet because we have to sort out whether or not we have something to say because we don't want to be like what Annette was complaining about. Rightly so.
Yeah, yeah. But we had something to say this time, and you've had a dramatic
I've
shift
gone
in the
from
last
multiple
month.
panic attacks a day
Yeah.
to not having had one for many weeks. The future is looking brighter. I'm getting stronger. I'm losing weight, getting back on track. It's been a long, circuitous journey, but I feel like some reversal is going to happen almost immediately to set me back on my heels. What else can I give up? That is the question life seems to be presenting to me right now. Coffee was something that was pried out of my hands, and it was not a great day that first morning when I woke up and said, I threw my coffee in the dumpster yesterday. But I guess this is my new reality.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
So maybe we will come back on Friday and just chat. Doesn't matter if we have a huge number of subscribers. It doesn't matter if we get a huge bunch of likes. We were never in it for the money, even though I like to advertise. We wanted to share what was working for us when we were carnivore, and it was working.
It was working.
For JJ, she can get it dialed in, and hopefully I will soon too. So it was great seeing a lot of familiar faces here.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So good.
So let's call it, JJ.
All right. So I don't remember how we sign off, though.
Every day stronger.
Every day more blessed.
Bye-bye,
Bye.